Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we have another Evolve episode here. Honestly, pretty decent. They kind of jammed this one full of stuff. I had a bunch of panels. I think this is the most panels that I've had in any Evolve. So we're gonna jump into it and talk about it. So we obviously straight off the bat had Kiana Carver versus Ice Williams as his first match for Ice Williams here. Kiana Carver's character's kind of evolved, pun intended, to being like almost like a destroyer of the ID talent that is trying to make it in here. I kind of like it. I kind of like it to being like almost like a gatekeeper thing that like Wesley is doing, but he's gonna go after the talent that thinks that they are trying to take a jump of line, I guess, from the performance center people. I think it's an interesting storyline that they could evolve, especially if like they make it later on where people start to not like each other because of where they started. I think it's not a bad storyline, and because Evolve's slowly picking up a few different stories that like on a week to week basis actually progress a little bit. I kind of like that. So this match itself was pretty good. Ice Williams kind of got manhandled a lot of the times, but he showed some resilience. I put it in B. It was fairly entertaining. I think the wrestling probably was like a C plus, B minus, and then I think the entertainment value made it settle onto a B. Then we had Zara Zacher versus Kendall Gray, which everybody believes Zara Zacher is the attacker that attacked Kendall Gray, and I think she got somebody else before. Um, but yeah, it's a small little storyline. The attackers type of storylines are never that great. The reveal is always kind of lame, but I still like that they're actually trying to do a storyline in this thing. The match itself, I thought was okay. I think Kendall Gray definitely outshined Zara Zacher. I figured would be the one that kind of gets a little bit more of the time and like I guess would be like showed off more because she had like the first win on Evolve for the women and like I have like the singles matches at least. But yeah, I think it was pretty solid. I put it in B. I think the match itself was still pretty good. Then they had the another attack go on, and we know now that it's somebody else. It's definitely not Zara Zacher because she was out in the ring when it's his Chantel Monroe. No, that wasn't Monroe. Who was that again exactly? I forget who it was. That got attacked. It's the person that teamed with Layla Diggs like last week or the week before. I like the storyline. I'll put it up in A. It's not the best, but at least we're starting to get somewhere with like them having some progression on it. Then we had Stevie saying that she had a new signee, and it ended being Dante Chen. Honestly, I kind of like him. I liked him in NXT, and if he's not going to get NXT screen time, I'm cool with him coming down here. So I'll put it in S. I think it'll be a nice little touch. I think he's pretty solid, pretty well spoken. I've liked him in NXT, so I really don't see a problem with him down here. Then Idris came down and was upset about it. He had tried to get some time in the backstage, but they kind of brushed him off. It's a good, it's a good feud. They have a match going next week, so I liked it. It set up a match next week, but also had a couple different things. So I'll put it up here as like being almost like one giant segment, but it was both good. And then we got a little backstory with Cappuccino Jones and Jack Cartwheel. I kind of like those type of little vignettes. I mean, they're obviously really good talent, and they can't have them out every week. Honestly, I would. Like if I was booking this, they would literally have a match every other week, if not every week, because I think they're the two most talented, like young guys that they have on the roster. So I like this. It was still a pretty solid vignette. I put up an A. Then we got another Tate Wilder one. I'll be honest, this guy got no aura for me. I'm not a big fan of just a cowboy gimmick. I'm gonna put it down in D. They could have definitely skipped on this. Then we had a LWO and Lince Dorado one. I actually didn't really know how well spoken Lince Dorado is. He sounds pretty cool back there. Like I never saw him in WWE when he was back with like Lucha House Party, and so I haven't really seen much of him. But I like this. I think this match is gonna absolutely cook. It might be one of the best matches that Evolve's ever had. So I'm gonna put that up in S tier. Then we had a backstage interview with Layla Diggs, but Layla Diggs was supposed to have the opponent next week, but because she got attacked, Gintala stepped up to be her opponent. I like it. Gintala, obviously one of my favorites from LFG, so if we can get more and more matches with her out there, it just means more and more progression for her. I'll put it up there. I think the interview itself was absolutely terrible, but the match coming from it allows me to put it in A. Then we get to the main event: Wendy Chu versus Kylie Ray in a last women standing match. They pulled out all the stops here. I thought it was a pretty entertaining match. The wrestling I think was okay. I don't think in those type of matches you get like this really great wrestling, like 5-star wrestling. But I do believe they went out there and had a very competent match and did really good. It was very entertaining with the spots they did, the Legos, the brick and the teddy bear, like all of that was really good. I'm gonna put it up in S tier. I think it's one of the better women's matches that we've had. I just think it was a good main event. This entire card was pretty solid. And then we get to the very end with Natalia and Stevie talking, and Natalia being like, "Hey, I can make this division better if you put the title on me." I kind of like it. I mean, obviously Natalia's a main event talent, but like if they're not using her there or they're not using her in the tag division and she's not doing anything, this is a perfect spot to put her. She can mentor some a lot of people here and really put some value on the title. Not to mention also put some eyes on the brand because people don't watch Evolve. Like I talk to a lot of people that like wrestling and they don't watch Evolve. So yeah, I put this up in S tier. I put the show probably up in the A's. I mean, I think it was a really solid show. I definitely think it's probably one of the most complete shows. Like last week, I talked about how they made the matches perfectly. 3 matches, the matches all did pretty good. Everything looked good, and I was like, "This is what you want to strive for." Now they were able to fluff it out with what they wanted on the promos and backstage stuff, and it worked out perfectly. So they really make use of this hour, and this is a prime example of it. Obviously, the Tate Wilder thing I had down in D. I'm not gonna knock the show for that. It's just I'm not impressed or really care. I mean, I we can see what the guy does, but a cowboy gimmick type thing just doesn't seem like it for me at least. But that doesn't mean anything. But yeah, if you guys like these type of videos, we do Evolve every Thursday that comes, it's the day after the show, SmackDown, Raw, all that, and a bunch of other videos on the channel. There's always a video up every single day. So if you like that daily content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys.